Guys, we have some massive news to bring to you guys revolving NSCC 005. This was fast tracked and approved as of yesterday. So we have to go over exactly what they said because it is quite mind blowing. The regards and comments they had to say about hedge funds and institutions, whoever is a part of the NSCC that actually was defaulting on their margin. That is why they did raise this requirement. So we're going to go over everything you guys need to know. With that being said, my name is Tyler. Welcome back to the channel. Drop that like on the video, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the situation. Also subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. Let's not waste any time getting into it, guys. So right here, NSCC 005 approved August 11th, 2021. It says notice of filing of partial amendment number 1 and order granting accelerated proposal of proposed rule change as modified by partial amendment number 1 to increase the National Securities Clearing Corporation's minimum required fund deposit. So let's jump right into exactly what they said and these quite startling comments that they did say about the members of NSCC, National Clearing Corporation. So one commenter states the increase in margin is unwarranted because NSCC's clearing fund backtesting results from the impact study results show that NSCC's current minimum required fund deposit amount is sufficient to cover the risk presented by smaller members. As summarized in section 2B above, the impact study results show that the proposed $250,000 minimum requirement would have increased NSCC's 12-month rolling clearing fund coverage by 0.14% to 99.41%, resulting from the decreased backtesting deficiencies, which the commender argues does not warrant the proposed increase in the minimum required fund deposit amount. However, as discussed above and based on the commissioner's review, the impact study results show that current members who maintain required fund deposits of less than $250,000 experienced repeat backtesting deficiencies that resulted in those members' individual margin levels falling below the 99% confidence level. In other words, these members' individual margin levels were not sufficient 99% of the time during the study period. So they're basically going underwater on their margin levels. This is not necessarily for the bigger guys. This is really focused on the smaller guys. And instead of doing these margin calls towards options expiration dates, they're actually doing these per day, which is a huge thing, especially when it pertains to AMC stock. Not necessarily right now, since they're probably not being forced to actually put more margin and liquidity up on their positions if AMC is only going up about 5% like we did see today. But when we do see that price really start to go up, you're going to see a lot of smaller hedge funds and institutions, a part of the NSCC, that are really going to have to provide more liquidity. And possibly the only way to do that is either sell stocks or just straight up cover your short position. Now let's continue on to what they did say. It says, that reason, the commission is not persuaded by the commenter's argument. Therefore, the commission concludes NSCC's proposed rule change should better ensure NSCC maintains sufficient margin to cover its potential future exposure to its members in the interval between the last margin collection and the closeout of positionings following a member's default, thereby reducing the likelihood NSCC or non-defaulting members would incur losses as a result. Accordingly, the commissioner finds that NSCC's proposed increase to its minimum required fund deposit would be consistent with Rule 17A. And then they do just go on to say at the end of this that they are enforcing this as of yesterday, as of August 11th, when this did come out. And what they're saying right here, if you guys are unaware, if a big firm, let's just talk about Robinhood, right? They were one of the firms that did not have enough money to maintain a lot of the options their clients did have. Essentially, Robinhood could have went underwater with the GameStop AMC situation the first time around. That is why they restricted trading. Now, we all know Robinhood is a big player in this, so it's not really a fair comparison to put to a lot of smaller guys. But essentially, if they were to default, it comes back on all the other members of NSCC. Now, I do want to read these couple paragraphs to you guys as well, because it gives you a clear glimpse into how over leveraged members of NSCC really are, guys. So let's jump right into it. Moreover, as discussed in section 2A above, it is possible that in certain circumstances, the current minimum required fund deposit would be insufficient to manage NSCC's credit exposure to participants between margin collections should, for an example, the members' clearing activity abruptly increase. As summarized in section 2B above, the impact study results show that approximately 88% of deficiencies that occurred on days when members maintained a required fund deposit of less than $250,000. And for the context of this article, deficiencies literally means they could not oblige to their obligations for all of their margin outstanding. So it says would have been eliminated, which indicates the proposed increase to $250,000 would have mitigated this risk. 7 of the 28 members that would have to provide some additional funding still held an average actual clearing fund deposit of above $250,000 during the impact study period, ranging from approximately $315,000 to $1.7 million. In other words, there have been many days during the study period where those 7 members would not have to provide additional funding. Additionally, 4 of the remaining 21 members that would have to provide some additional funding had an average ENC below $5 million, ranging from $834,000 to $4.8 million during the impact study period, while 11 of the 21 members had an average ENC above $100 million during the same period. For those 28 members, the number of backtesting deficiencies range from 0 and 22 based on the $10,000 minimum required fund deposit, compared to 0 and 5 had the $250,000 minimum required fund deposit been in place during the impact study period. Moreover, the average number of backtesting deficiencies of the 28 members would have decreased from 1.54 to 0.41 per member had the $250,000 minimum required fund deposit had been in place during the study period. For the 14 members impacted with backtesting deficiencies, the largest deficiency was 1.3 million and the smallest deficiency was 11,000 out of 50 total deficiencies. So 50 members completely defaulted on their obligations. And it says for the 14 members impacted with backtesting deficiencies, the largest deficiency was 1.3 million. So it may not even matter if $250,000 minimum fund required deposit is initiated for these hedge funds. They are taking on so many large positions that they are over leveraged, and even if you have 1.3 million, you may still default on your credit. So definitely something to keep in mind here, guys. They're dropping some bombshells in this filing. If you guys want to check it out, I will have a link down below in the description. But it does say under the proposed minimum required fund deposit of $250,000, there would only be 6 deficiencies across 4 members with a maximum deficiency of 1.1 million and a minimum deficiency of 11,000. So, and then we get into exactly what I did say. So they're going to be doing intraday margin calls as well, guys. It's not quite clear if it's in the morning or if it's in the afternoon. I would imagine it would be somewhat in the middle of the day. That makes the most sense. But nevertheless, if they don't have this money to put up, a lot of these smaller guys, they're going to have to start getting out of these positions. There's no other way to put it, but we won't really see this go into effect and actually affect AMC until AMC does go up in price, because obviously nobody is really getting margin called at this point unless a lot of their long stocks were to go down in value, but the stock market is not coming down as far as right now. When the stock market does come down, that's where you're going to see this proposed rule change or approved rule change now actually start to make more sense and actually see a lot of these liquidations and shorts covering in AMC stock. So definitely some bombshell information, guys. This is obviously a pretty long filing. It's 23 pages, so if you guys want to check it out for yourselves, definitely go ahead and do that. This is just the most important things to keep in mind, that firms are actually defaulting on their credit. So they are increasing from $10,000 to $250,000. That is a very large increase. So that's all you guys need to know from this filing, guys. If you like the video, drop that like on the video, comment down below, as well as consider subscribing to the channel and turning on that notification bell. Also, check out the links down below in the description. There is a broker that is the easiest brokerage to get free stock from. They also do not use payment for order flow. Check out the link for public. Get up to $70 in your choice free stock in about 3 minutes time with no need to link a bank account or deposit a single dollar. I just got $56 worth Beyond Meat yesterday, so definitely check that out. It is by definition free money. Also, if you guys want to be a part of the trades that we are making in the private community, check out the link for the buy and sell alerts. We just made a trade on Disney. Disney crushed earnings across the board. That trade is going to print massive fat tendies. So definitely check that out, guys. Check all those links out. Make sure to comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell, everything that I said at the end of this video. But that is going to do it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.